Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and today we have a different kind of vlog. It is Unhaul and Haul vlog. So what I'm planning to do in this video is to unhaul some books, go through my bookshelves, find the books that I have read and didn't really like, or I don't plan to reread, so they don't really need to be on my shelves anymore, and they may want to find a new home where they will be much more appreciated, or books that I bought maybe in a secondhand store but I'm no longer interested in. And so it wasn't that expensive, so I don't really feel like I need to read it because I spent so much money on it. That's not the case with some of the books, so maybe I'll unhaul some of those as well. So I just want to go through the books and clean up the shelves of the books that I don't plan to read. And in the second half of the vlog, I plan this weekend on Sunday to go to the city and stroll some bookstores, because today started a huge book sale in Sweden. In all the bookstores, everybody has a sale, and so they are cleaning up the storage areas. They are trying to get rid of some books. So there are sales, and so I decided to go to the city and have a look. Not necessarily to buy something. I'm not necessarily looking for something, but just to see what I have and what I can find. So that's my plan. And in order to do that, what if I find some books? Where do I put them? Where do I put them? The shelves are full. So gotta unhaul. I never done Unhaul before, so this is a first for me, and I am excited and scared, but I think it's gonna be fun. And the first batch of the Unhaul, I'm not sure if it's going to be the entire Unhaul or just the first part. I'm going to do on sprints. I'm currently on sprints with my by now kind of regular Tuesday sprints. And I asked people if they would be interested in doing this with me. That I would show them a book if I'm like unsure if I should unhaul it, and they would let me know. And some of them were like, yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna try that. So I'm gonna do that on sprints. So I'm going to insert it here. Yeah. We start with the shelf up here. So here is the first shelf that I wanna go through. Can you see? So first here we have The Girl, Woman, Other. I have read this and I gave that like 2 stars. So that one I'm unhauling. I'm just gonna get the books that I'm thinking of unhauling, and then we'll talk about them when I sit down again. This is my boyfriend's book. These I'm keeping. I'm collecting brown books, and these 6. If you get rid of Night Circus, I'm going to quit these sprints with much despair. No. Not getting rid of that at all. Read them. Okay, let's see. These red Unhauling, because I will not reread. I'm sure there are people out there who will love it much more. This red, I enjoyed it, but will not reread, because after finishing it and sitting some time with it, I decided that it wasn't as good as initially thought. So this goes to someone who will love it more. The same with Clap When You Land. It was good. I expected much more from it, from how hyped it was. So again, going to someone who loved it, who will love it more. Red, the one Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Bored out of my life. Not for me. It's going. And then I read The Vanishing Half. I didn't love it. So that's why I'm thinking of unhauling. I have some tabs. So that says there are a couple tabs. You can see there. But it is a gifted book from my friend. She gave it to me for Christmas. So maybe I'll keep it just for this, just because of that. Because I love the cover and I love her. So I think this is staying. This is staying. I'm putting this back. I love Elizabeth Acevedo. This is the only book I read by her, and it's like, just short It's not really a text. It is text, obviously, but it's not like a prose, and it's YA, so it's not for me. I'm not saying it's bad. It was a good book. It was very interesting topic. So, and I love the cover, but at the same time, I feel like there will be people who will love it much more. So I think that will go. Here are the other books that I put out that I'm not sure if I want to keep. So first we have The Mermaids Singing by Val McDermid. This is, I think, thriller mystery. It has really good ratings on Goodreads, I'm sure. And I love sea settings, so I thought it would be interesting, but I honestly don't know what it's about. And this was written in 1995. Quite old. I don't feel exactly compelled to read it. I got it from secondhand store when it was like four books for 30 crowns, or three books for 10 crowns or something like that. So three books for €1. Why wouldn't you buy it? But I don't know. I feel like there is so many other books that I want to read more than maybe this goes. Next up, we have The Salmon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda. This I got because I know it's quite famous, but I also know the author got some backlash for one of her later works. And so I don't know if I would enjoy this at all. It is YA. I'm not that big into YA. I don't feel extremely interested in it. So, but I already have it. So that's the thing. Like, I already have it. So it's like I might. But yeah. Next one is This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. And yeah, again, secondhand store as well as this one. And yeah, this is nonfiction, I believe. If you read one book this year, make it this one. 97-hour weeks, life and death decisions, a constant tsunami of bodily fluid. Ugh. And the hospital parking meter earns more than you. Welcome to the life of a junior doctor. Scribbled in secret after endless days, sleepless nights, and missed weekends, Adam Kay's diaries provide a no-holds-barred account of his time on the NHS frontline. Hilarious, horrifying, and heartbreaking. This is everything you want to know, and more than a few things you didn't, about life on and off the hospital ward. I know people love this. I never felt like too attracted to this book, but then I saw it in the secondhand store, so I thought I might just grab it. I love that the spine is yellow. So I don't know about this one either, but I'm kind of inclined to keeping this one, but I'm not sure. Then we have The Break by Marianne Keys. This is a chunker. This is like 650 pages. Amy's husband, Hugh, says he isn't leaving her. He still loves her. He's just taking a break. We were on a break. From their marriage, their children, their life. 6 months in Southeast Asia, and nothing she says can stop him. But when does a break become a breakup? For a lot can happen in 6 months, and it's enough to send Amy and her extended family of gossips, misfits, and troublemakers teetering over the edge. When Hugh returns, if he returns, will he be the same man she married? Will Amy be the same woman? Because if Hugh is on a break from their marriage, then isn't she? So I think this sounds pretty cool. Like, it could be really interesting, kind of like character study in relationships and marriage and just life in general. Also from secondhand store, so just grabbed it. I don't know. And then this one, The Best of Everything by Rona Jaff. And this is, I think, contemporary fiction about a group of women who live in New York, and I love New York, so that's why I got it. This was New York, the marvelous secret things people did inside those tall buildings at the cocktail hour were the things he did every evening, and tonight it was all going to happen to her. New York, 1952. Four young women so it's not contemporary, it's probably historical fiction more now. When was it written? 19... Okay, it is... What would this be? It's 1958 written. And it takes place in 1952. Four young women have come to the city to find love, to build their careers, and to savor the indefinable optimism of the times. Caroline is the college graduate determined to escape the typing pool and become an editor. April is the beautiful country girl with a penchant for disastrous romances. Aspiring actress Greg is tangled in a dangerous love affair with a playwright, and divorcee Barbara writes about lipsticks by day and cares alone for her daughter by night. It follows them as they negotiate office romances, workplace politics, broken engagements, tiny apartments, lecherous bosses, heartbreak, and lasting friendships. So yeah, I grabbed it because it's New York. It's from like 70 years ago. It sounds interesting, but I never heard anyone talking about it, probably because it's so old. So I don't know if I'll ever get to that either. So I'm not sure. So I keep this one. We vote. We vote. We keep this one. I think I agree that this is too long to be about the divorce, so that goes. These two, I think I am past my YA era, so maybe I let this go to also someone who will appreciate it more and more age appropriate. And this, I don't know. Try a chapter maybe. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna keep this, try it, see if it's too graphic for me, because my anxiety works in mysterious ways. So that goes. As of right now, these are the books I'm unhauling. So now I showed you some of the books that I unhauled. I have them here in the bag. Some of the books I unhauled yesterday during the live sprints. So those are in the bag to be unhauled. And now I want to go through the rest of the bookshelves and see what else I need to unhaul. First of all, I found two books in the next room that I could unhaul. One of them is The Night Circus and Other Stories by Ursula Kovalik, who is a Slovak author, but this is in English, it's translated to English, and yeah, I'm not interested in rereading this, so I'm unhauling this as well. And then I was thinking of unhauling also We Are the Weather by Jonathan Safran Foer, because it just didn't bring me anything new, and I will not be rereading it. But then I was looking through it and I did highlight some interesting parts, so I'm keeping that. There is no highlight here. There, for example. So I'll be keeping that. I don't want to unhaul book that I highlighted in and annotated. So because it just doesn't seem to be fair to the people who would get the book. So I will not be unhauling this, at least not for now. But now I want to go take out other books that I want to unhaul and go through them quickly. To just give you my reasoning or whatever it is that, they need to go. So let's do that. Okay, so I got some books from the bookshelf that I want to unhaul. The rest either I haven't read or I liked and I want to keep. First one that I took from a different shelf that, it didn't fit here. And I'm really sad about this one. Is Midnight in Everwood by M.A. Kuzniar. This is Special Waterstones edition with beautiful sprayed edges. And it's a really beautiful edition, and I ordered it when it came out because I was sure I would love it. However, I did not end up loving it, unfortunately. It is a beautiful book, but I think we can try to find an owner who will love it more. So I will be selling this. I know there are some tabs, but it's just tabs, so I can remove them. There is no annotating in it, so it's fine. So this is one of the books that will have to go. And then from the rest, I'm just gonna quickly go through. So I've read this one, The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue. However, I listened to it on audiobook because the book itself doesn't have any markers of when somebody is speaking, so that was quite confusing when I tried to read it. But the audiobook made a perfect distinction. The narrator did a great job, so I definitely prefer this on audiobook, and I recommend it on audiobook as well. But I do love the edition and I really enjoyed the book. I'm just not gonna be rereading it, and I think it can go. City of Bones and City of Ashes. I've read City of Bones and didn't like it, so I'm not even gonna try City of Ashes. I got this from a secondhand store, so they weren't too expensive, so I don't feel too bad about this. But I don't yeah, I just didn't like it, so this will go as well. Couple other books I got from secondhand store thinking I might enjoy them, but at this point I just have too many books and I don't think I'll ever make these ones priorities, so these ones also will have to go. And that's The Innocent Man, The Testament, and The Appeal by John Grisham, all from a secondhand store, and very cheap. But I don't know, I never read Grisham and I'm just not feeling it. Maybe I would love it, but I don't know, I'm not in the mood for it, so I don't want to force myself to read these books. So those go. This book I've had for forever, like 15 years at least, and it is The Christmas Books by Charles Dickens. There is 3 books. It is A Christmas Carol, The Chimes, and The Cricket on the Hearth. And yeah, I read The Christmas Carol. That one is, I absolutely love that story, but the other 2 stories, I tried one of them and I just had no idea what's going on 11 pages in, so I just decided not to read it because I just didn't feel it. Another book is 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty. I listened to this on audiobook as well. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good, but I don't think I'll be rereading it since I know what the plot twist is. So I won't be rereading this, so I think this can go also. Next up, I have 2 books that I know are very well loved in the world of books. I read both of them. One of them I didn't like, one of them was okay, but neither of them really, caught me by heart. So they will also go and try to find a better home. One of them is On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Wong. I absolutely adore this cover. I love it, but I didn't understand the book at all, at all. And The Black Flamingo by Dean Etta. This is told in verse, and again, I'm not a big fan of verse books. I don't know, this one was good, but will I reread it? No. Are there people who will enjoy it more? Yes. So it goes. And last 3 books that I'm unhauling now. One of them is Golden Sun by Pierce Brosnan. By Pierce Brown. Wouldn't that be something? By Pierce Brown. And I tried to read the first book. I borrowed it from library. This one is from secondhand store again. But I borrowed the first one from library. I was sure I would love it. That's why I got the second one. And I DNF'd about halfway through. I just didn't like it at all. Like, at all. So I DNF'd. And so I'm not going to read this either. And, ooh, don't fall. And then 2 water-related books. Into the Water by Paula Hawkins and Some Things in the Water by Catherine Steadman. These are both psychological thrillers/thrillers. I don't remember much of this one. Somewhat. Wasn't amazing. I remember a bit this one because I read it just last year, towards the end of the last year. Wasn't amazing. So, yeah. And again, thrillers I will not reread because if I remember what the twist is, there is no point. So these ones are going as well. So today I added, oh my god, I can't even lift it. It fell. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 books today. And yesterday 7. So total of 22 books I'm unhauling. So some of them I will take back to the secondhand store. Some of them I will put up on Instagram, try to sell them there, or maybe on Vinted, see how it goes. And yeah, we'll see where these books end up. But for now, they are on the Unhaul pile. So I can now put all these books back into the shelves or try to find them place because so far they don't have any. And yeah, then I'll take you for some book shopping later this week. Hello, I'm back. It is now Sunday evening, and today we went out to the city for some book sales. So I want to show you what books I got because I got some. We went to two different bookstores. One of them had sales only today, and it was three books for the price of two. So there I bought 6 books for the price of 4. So that was pretty cool. I found enough. I found lots of books there that I wanted, so that was amazing. In the second bookstore, the book sale there started on like Tuesday, so they already were out of some of the interesting titles. So there I didn't find anything. I found some other interesting books, but they were not on sale, and it just didn't feel right to buy books that were not on sale while there is a sale in the same bookstore. I don't know why, because I just went out to buy books because it was book sale, not because I just wanted books. So I didn't want to buy full price books. So in that bookstore I didn't get anything. But then I also ended up in three different libraries, getting a couple books. Some of them are for a book club. Some of them are just because I want to read them. So I'm going to walk you through it really quickly now. So it's kind of a book haul really, as well as was planned. So first book I got was To Paradise by Hanya Nigahara, and I haven't read this yet, obviously, but I do have a copy from library. But check the size difference, like in height, and then I don't know if width as well. See, they connect, yeah, width and then thickness. So I don't get it. Like, is this only part 1 or something? I don't think so. So I got this one because it is now the normal size that fits with the other books. It is still a little bit taller than a normal book. You can see a little bit, it's still a little bit taller, like very, very little bit. But I think that's fine. I don't mind because I don't think they're gonna release even a smaller one. So that's why I waited this long to get it, because it was in a wrong format, so it didn't fit with my other Yanagihara books that I have. So now I got this one and I'm really excited. So now I can return this to the library, this mammoth of a book, and read this one probably sometimes later, because I have other books from the library that I today got. So second book is expanding my Taylor Jenkins Reid collection, and it is Forever Interrupted. I think this is the last book by Taylor Jenkins Reid that I haven't owned, except of the latest one, Kirisoro is Back, but that one is not in a small pocket, in a small paperback yet, so I don't count that one yet. So otherwise I already have all the books. I think one of them is on Kindle, but the rest of them are physical like this. And yeah, I actually don't know what it's about. One rainy New Year's Day, Elsie heads out to pick up a pizza. She isn't expecting to see anyone else, much less the handsome and charming Ben. Their chemistry is instant and electric. Within weeks, they are head over heels in love. By May, they've eloped. 9 days later, he is hit by a truck and dies on impact. At a hospital, Elsie faces Susan, the mother-in-law she's never met and who doesn't even know Elsie exists. Interweaving Elsie and Ben's romance with Elsie and Susan's healing process, Forever Interrupted is the story of one life-changing year and a powerful reminder that there is more than one way to find a happy ending. That sounds devastating and very sad and pretty interesting. So I'm excited about that one. And then I got 2 books that I couldn't decide between these 2. At this point I had 6 books, but I couldn't give up on either of these, so I removed one of the other ones, and bought both of these. And one of them is Pandora by Susan Stokes Chapman, and the other one is The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper. So let's start with this one. This is a book that was recommended to me to read, or it was on the list 12 in 2022, but I never got to it. And it was like, it's not in a library, so it was, well, not impossible for me to get, but it was hard. It is on Scribd, but now I found it and I just want it, and it's beautiful cover and I'm sure I'm gonna love it. So I got it. And I think this is like first book in the trilogy, and I think the last book is coming out this year or came out recently. I'm not sure. So yeah, and this is historical novel, I think inspired by Greek mythology, something like that. Amara was once a beloved daughter until her father's death plunged her family into penury. Now she is owned by a man she despises and lives as a slave in Pompey's infamous brothel, her only value the desire she can stir in others. But Amara's spirit is far from broken. Sharp, resourceful, and surrounded by women whose humor and dreams she shares, Amara comes to realize that everything in the city has its price. But how much will her freedom cost? The Wolf Den is the first in a trilogy of novels reimagining the life of a woman in Pompey's Lupanar. Sounds really interesting. And Pandora is, I think, also historical fiction inspired by Greek mythology. London, 1799. Dora Blake lives with her uncle in what used to be her parents' famed shop of antiquities. When a mysterious Greek vase is delivered, Dora is intrigued by her uncle's suspicious behavior and enlists the help of Edward Lawrence, a young antiquarian scholar. For Edward, the ancient vase is the key to unlocking his professional future. For Dora, it's a chance to restore the shop to its former glory and to escape her nefarious uncle. But what Edward discovers about the vase has Dora questioning everything she has believed about her life, her family, and even the world as she knows it. Yeah, sounds amazing. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. Love it. This is not a sticker, it's just like it's on the cover. The breakout sensation, the instant #1 bestseller. Yeah, beautiful cover. And then the last two books are non-fiction books. One of them is Rescuing the Planet, Protecting Half the Land to Heal the Earth by Tony Hiss. And this is, basically what it says. Yesterday's worst climate fears are today's brutal realities. Heat waves, floods, tropical storms, and failing infrastructure portend the decline of our planet as a suitable home for its species, including our own. Tony Hiss, a lifelong advocate for the preservation of habitats, both natural and man-made, explores the crisis facing our world and the increasingly urgent plan to rescue it by keeping half the planet wild. And it continues like on there, but I think it sounds really amazing. It has great ratings on Goodreads, and I'm really, really intrigued. There are like maps about wildlife and such. Really interesting, and love the cover. Beautiful cover. And then the second one is A Trillion Trees, How We Can Reforest Our World by Fred Pierce. And this is trees are essential for nature and for us, yet we are cutting and burning them at such a rate that we are fast approaching a tipping point beyond which life on this planet will be compromised irreparably. But there is still hope. If we had 1 trillion more trees, the damage could be undone. Combining cutting-edge scientific research with vivid travel writing, Fred Pierce shows how we achieve this. Challenging received wisdom about the need for planting, he explains why the best strategy is to stand back, stop the destruction, and let nature and those who dwell in the forest do the rest. Lucid, revelatory, and often surprising, 1 Trillion Trees is an environmental call to arms and celebration of our planet's vast arboreal riches. Celebration of trees. Love it. So, this is the stack. Bought 6 books. So, yeah, I'm really, really happy about this. So, amazing. But now, quick mention about the books from library. So, first I got The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by XEO. This is YA fantasy, and this is a March pick for G's Patreon book club. And I read one other book by XEO. It was fun. It wasn't fantasy, it was contemporary romance, YA romance, and it was fun. But this, like, look at the cute, gorgeous cover. I'm really excited. The font is really big as well, so it's gonna be a quick read. Should we read quickly what it's about? It's a magical feminist retelling of a classic Korean legend, perfect for fans of Uprooted and Miyazaki's Spirited Away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to know that much, but I am excited about this one. Another book club I want to take part in March is the Howling Pack with Sasha from the Wild Sasha. And for that, the pick is The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. This is the first book in the trilogy. The second book came out, I think, last year, The Bone Shard Emperor. And yeah, ever since this came out, I was intrigued by it. It sounded good. but I never actually got to it. I think this is a fantasy, unmissable fantasy debut, a captivating tale of magic, revolution, and mystery where a young woman's sense of identity will make or break an empire. Excited. And apparently there is some familiar, some animal who is like the best character in the entire book. I'm excited. And then another book I saw when I was going to pick the girl who fell beneath the sea. Next to it was standing Woven in Moonlight by Isabel Ibanez. And this I saw that it was being sold at the Comic-Con last year when I went. And I was like, I love the cover. I think it's really cute. And I like the sound of it. But I didn't buy it. And now I saw it in the library. And I also saw that they had it on the sale in one of the bookstores. And I was planning on going there, but we went to the library first. So I got it from the library instead. And what is this? A lush tapestry of magic, romance, and revolution. That sounded French. Drawing inspiration from Bolivian politics and history. So it is inspired by Bolivian history and politics, and I think it's a feminist take on it. Jimena is the decoy condesa, a stand-in for the last remaining Illustrian royal. Her people lost everything when the usurper Atok used an ancient relic to summon ghosts and drive the Illustrians from La Ciudad. Now Jimena is motivated by her insatiable thirst for revenge and her rare ability to spin thread from moonlight. And yeah, more so. So I'm excited about this. And the last book I got from library, and this one also I was thinking of buying. If they had it in the bookstore on sale, I would have gotten this, but they didn't have it on sale and they didn't have it at all. It was probably sold out. But then I went to another library and I found out that they had it, so I grabbed it, and it is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I read 2 books by Becky Chambers before. I read the Monk and Robot series, and that was like so sweet, so cozy. I really enjoyed it. And I want to try her main work because those are novellas. So I want to try this because it's like a proper, novel. So yeah. Also a sci-fi, no idea what it is, but I am curious. So those are all the books I got, and I think that's that for this vlog, because we did Unhaul. We unhauled, I think, was it 22 books, and I hauled 6 books. So I think good job. I'm happy about it. So yeah, I think that's that. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you read any of these books, whether it's these 6 that I bought or the 4 that I borrowed from library. Let me know if you read them or if you would like to read them and would like to buddy read them. We can set up a buddy read together. I would love that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!